Do you actually want the thing, or do you just want people to see that you have the thing? This gets people into a lot of trouble. Let's talk about living within your means because this is very important. Within your means looks like you spend less than you make, so you have more money coming in than you have. Don't accrue debt for once. Do not go and buy something that you just want on a credit card, okay? And put yourself into debt for no reason. This is a really dangerous game that people play because a lot of times people will say, well, it's only like $100. I'm just going to put it on a credit card. But then they do that over and over. And sooner than you realize, your credit card is maxed out. Do not go and buy the most expensive car, house, etc. just because you can, okay? If you get approved for a $500,000 house, does that mean you should go and buy a $500,000 house? No. You might become house poor, which is a whole different issue, but you do not have to buy the most expensive of things just to keep up outward appearances. You need to keep it within your means and what you can realistically and comfortably afford. And you don't have to go out and buy a new iPhone every single year, okay? Especially because iPhone hasn't even been making good advances every year. So back to my original question, do you actually want the thing, or do you just want other people to see that you have it? This is called keeping up with the Joneses, and it can get you in a world of trouble if you are living above your means. Living within or below your means allows you to actually grow your means. For instance, if you have a low cost of living because you've lived below your means, you have extra money to be able to save for emergencies, to be able to invest for retirement and set yourself up for financial success. If you're stretched to the limit because you've been doing all these things living above your means, then you are in a very precarious situation because if one small thing happens, you are teetering on the edge of disaster. And if you're stretching yourself to the limit, you most likely don't have that much extra money to put towards savings, so it puts you in an even worse position. So a few tips. Number one, quit caring about other people's perception of you and your life and the things that you have because you do not know what that person has in their life, right? A lot of times we compare ourselves to other people, not even knowing their really situation. So you might see one of your friends always traveling, always taking trips. How did they take those trips, you wonder? Probably by taking on debt. Or you might see a friend near you that makes like maybe a similar amount to you. How are they driving this really nice car? Or how did they buy this really nice house? How come it's not working for me? The answer is debt. A lot of people are in so much debt and you don't even know. Number two, budget carefully. Budget for things that you want, but also budget for future you. You need to have an emergency fund. You need to be budgeting for your future. And this is going to allow you to eventually create the life that you want, but you need to be intentional about it. You don't need to just go and run and buy things just because you can. Think and plan for long term your future self. Your future self is an actual person who is waiting on you to get your financial stuff together, okay? And if you make a bunch of bad decisions right now, you are pushing those off on future you to handle, which is not cool. Make the time and effort to set yourself up for financial success now, and later you will reap the rewards of that decision. Go to my page if you need to learn how to budget, how to save money. I talk about all that on my page. I know it can be hard and really tempting to live above your means. I have fallen into this trap before and I have been very tempted by it. I even sometimes am still tempted by it. But the thing you need to understand is that you can have those things that you want. You just have to plan for them. If you want the big house, make sure that you plan for that by saving up the down payment that you need so you don't have to pay mortgage interest later. Make sure you're getting your credit together now so that you can get a good interest rate. If you want that really nice car, save some money for it now. Get your credit together for it now. Make the plans now so you can have what you want later without living above your means, without going into a ton of debt, and without setting yourself up for a really bad situation. You got this, friend.